season in it.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. I know it's a busy day for everybody, but welcome to Pittsburgh and our NCAA Division II men's basketball second session coaches interviews. I'm Kim Powers from the NCAA, and joining us here are our second set of coaches, Bryan Rooney from Cal State East Bay, Easton Mazzoli from Gannett, Jason Eckert from Oklahoma Baptist, and Josh Bittner from Michigan Tech. And I apologize, Coach, I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and go through some opening comments from each coach, just on the experience being here, how excited you guys are to be here in Pittsburgh. Coach, we'll start with you.
Yeah, we're fired up to be here. One of the very cool moments, I think it was yesterday, but one of our players that played in the NCAA tournament at Division I level last year, and he was telling his teammates, he said, it's better here. And so to hear the enthusiasm, the passion, the excitement, NCAA does a tremendous job, but I think the entire experience with the city of Pittsburgh, our hotel, our host, so we're very excited to be here.
Yeah, same. We got a group that's really fired up to be here. It's cool being relatively close and being able to come down. So to be able to have a little bit more local and to get some fans maybe should be good for us. I think being a local guy myself, it feels cool to be able to have family around and things like that. So like same thing he said. The NCAA has done an awesome job by making this feel exactly how it should feel for what each of these teams has accomplished so far. And I think this venue is a special place to have it too.
Well, Jason Aker with Oklahoma Baptist, we're certainly echo what both coaches said. We're excited to be here, thankful to be here. It's a little bit of a breath of fresh air because you go against guys in your region so much. It's kind of nice to meet coaches that you don't have all the scars between you and all the competition, because the competition is fierce at Division II. Having spent 15 years at the Division I level, the thing that I've absolutely loved being, aside from being at Oklahoma Baptist, is when you win a game in your region, in your conference, certainly if any of us were to win a game here, it's a win worthwhile. The coaching, the talent, it's admirable. And so just to see, the different teams and certainly our players, the pride that they feel, the way that they've been treated, it's what coaching is. None of us got into it for a bunch of money. We all would love raises, I'm sure. But it's neat. It's what college basketball is all about. And we thank you guys for having us.
Echoing what all three of them have said, it's been a phenomenal experience. Everything's been great so far. It's been very memorable. The NCAA has done a wonderful job with the accommodations, with the gyms. This is a terrific facility for this type of event, and our guys are excited. I mean, it's been a group that's been together a long time, and getting a chance to play on this stage is a heck of an opportunity.
We'll for some questions here. If you could just name an affiliation, and we'll let you guys ask away.
Clayton Coffin, Oklahoma Baptist. Coach, you told Todd Miller and I back in early October, I think we have a really good team. You should have been ranked in the NABC rankings. Here we are now. Can you describe what these last 4 months have been like for you in your 8th season at OBU?
Well, we always have a lot of pride in our young people. I think pride and commitment are things that all of us coaches share. We were optimistic. You will never see us going into a season where we're not optimistic, but we knew with Terry coming back and the pieces that we had an opportunity to do good things. And so you still got to go out on the court. We had a tough non-conference schedule with the Northern Sun and the MIAA, but we were excited. And so just proud of how the guys have chopped through the schedule. You get put in so many different situations as a small college coach. And so you're normally not in press conferences or on plane rides. You're normally not in nice of a hotels as we are this week. And so when you have guys that truly are about the right things, there's a level of pride that you have in, you want them to be recognized. You want people to go up and ask them a question. And so I'm thankful we've gotten that opportunity.
Isaac Petcash, Gannett, Easton, this is your first lead as a head coach, but your second as a coach in Gannett. Remember back to 2 years ago when you and Jordan wait on that magical run at 2023. How do you draw on that experience now in your first lead as head coach and what it means to you to be back here as the leader of this ship in 26?
Yeah, the experience of that one helps for sure. Being able to even just have an idea of what the schedule is going to look like, an idea on how to even just set up meals and figure out the routine of things when it's different. Hopefully we can play a little bit better than we did a couple years ago. But I think that there's a comfort level that myself and then Mike Chalice as well, being at a bunch of these, can pull from and hopefully relay that comfort to our guys of just a confidence of having an idea of what this thing looks like.
Brent Curry, Cal State East Bay. Coach Rooney, in the Division I tournament, we heard a coach make some comments about his assistant coaches. In your program, what role do those assistant coaches play in your success?
They're everything. You talk about the idea of what this stage allows to happen. One of the things I hope it allows to happen is those athletic directors that are looking for a potential coach, they look at Mike Eggleton, who coordinates our defense, has done an unbelievable job. If you come to one of our practices, I'm kind of on the side and letting him take over. Russell Payne the same way offensively. And then, we have Bryce Duncan, who joined us this year, that does a great job logistically and just being somebody that our players can really count on. And then you talk about what we try to do probably as coaches is to make sure our alumni always feel connected to the program, no matter when they played, in this case for Pioneer basketball. And Craig Ashmore is a Hall of Famer. He's won almost 800 games as a high school coach in California. He's coached NBA guys. And for him to be able to give back to our players, but also to me, I think everybody here at the tournament, player, coach, we're blessed to be here. And I know I'm blessed every day to be around our staff. So I'm excited that we get to be on a stage where many people get to see that.
I'll throw this out to the whole group. And at one point of the season, there's got to be that one point that, it clicks. We're really good and we couldn't make it to this part of the year. What was that point for you guys this year? Coach Rooney, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so Dominguez Hills, obviously in our conference in the West region, they had a fantastic year. Last year, got to the national championship game within a basket of winning it all. And so coming into the season, they were picked as the team that everybody was looking at. And so we came in, they were our third conference game. We played them the 2 games before the winter break. And we were excited about the progress we had made. But I think on the outside, it was like, okay, are these guys for real? We went into it, and there was about 3 minutes left to go in the first half, and we were down. We were teetering back and forth. And Tyree Campbell, who was player of the year in our conference, made a big-time shot and kind of got us within striking distance and steadied us. And we came out, had a great second half, and won that game, which was huge. But then, as probably all the conferences that we're a part of, 2 nights later, we're playing a really good team again, and we're down double digits, and we're sitting in the classroom or our locker room and kind of looking around. And honestly, the coaches said very little. We came in there, we were in there for about 2 minutes, but our players took over. And it's very much a player-led team. And we came out, played great in that second half. And so looking back, didn't know at the time, but looking back, that was a moment where we started to find ourselves.
Yeah, in a sense, pretty early on, we felt like we had a chance to be really good just based off of the character that we have in the locker room and the competitiveness that they brought every day in the fall. And then as you begin to compete against other teams, we had a early bump in the road, and I thought similar to what Coach said, probably for all of us, we had player leadership that really allowed a great response, and I thought just our guys have responded well to adversity all year. And I think adversity is sometimes subjective because obviously there's a lot of people that would love to have won as many games as the people that are sitting up here right now. And I think that's not because of a lack of adversity. I think everybody here has faced it. And then I'd say, I thought there was, we're all trying to peak at the right time, and I'm sure we're all probably feel like we're playing our best basketball right now to be able to get here. And I just thought that there was a stretch in mid-December to early January, where we knew we weren't playing our best, but our guys were figuring out ways to win just out of competitive will. And I thought that was a sign where knowing the character of our group, knowing the integrity that they played with and showed up with every day, and to be able to just figure out ways to win. You sit there and you just have a level of confidence and belief of, all right, at some point, we're gonna continue to get better, and we're gonna correct some of these weaknesses. I'm not sure we could throw the ball in the ocean for the first 2 months of the season, but we were able to figure out ways to win, and it's just a testament to our guys for figuring that out and giving that confidence to each other and to us as a staff. Probably early January, we're sitting there going, man, we're really good, and we're not even close to as good as we can be, and felt like that was the moment where, like, we're going to get there.
Coach?
I don't know that we ever looked at it that way. In our league, we play Thursdays and Saturdays. So you always sit on the couch, or try to sit on the couch with your wife on Saturday night and just kind of see what happened. And I remember in February, looking at her and saying, we haven't lost since Christmas. And so we have great respect for the teams in our conference. We have great rivalries in our conference. And so you're always getting ready for the next one. But I would say if you were to pin it down, we had a bunch of flu that went through our team, which is not uncommon for any of us teams. And our guys just continued to find ways to win against really good opponents. And so we kept putting it in front of them. We were kind of chasing the first place team. Ouachita Baptist had a phenomenal team. They could have easily have been here instead of us. And so we were chasing them. So we kept putting in front of our guys, hey, we know we got the flu. We know so-and-so's out this week. We had different guys in and out, different injuries, which we all go through. And so we kept finding ways to win. And I think it's a real testament to, when you look at our team, there's not a statistical thing that you hang your hat on. In years past, it's been rebounding. It's been field goal percentage offense. I don't think it's ever been free throws, even though we work on them a lot. But the common denominator with this year's group is they found ways to win. And I think there's a lot of factors that are beyond all of our control with some of that. But things began to fall in our way. We won some close ones, but we got some gaps in some other ones. But I would just say in February, just looking at my wife and saying, man, these guys, I don't know what these guys are up to, but it's going really well.
Coach?
I guess after last season, when Marcus decided to come back, and kind of being an All-American, returning to D2 was
That sounds nice.
we knew the expectations would be pretty high, and after the Final Four, we actually got invited down to the Small College Classic down in Florida, and our administration worked with us and found a way to get us down there. Suzanne did a great job doing that, and when we went down there and we played Dallas Baptist and Lenore Ryan, two really good teams that had been in the Elite Eight last year, and we found a way to win both games in overtime, and I think that just kind of gave our guys the confidence to know that we could play with anybody in the country when you find a way to win those two games. Our non-conference was really tough. We went on the road and played a Duluth team and a St. Cloud team that obviously Coach is familiar with from their regional, that were both in the NCAA tournament. And to come out of there with those wins, our guys just felt like we could play with anybody, and we see everything and anything in our conference, and I think that prepared us for the NCAA regional. There wasn't a situation that we hadn't been through. I mean, we took kind of everybody's best shot with the target in our league, and but I think that first weekend kind of just gave us the confidence to play with anybody.
Coach Rooney, foul shooting has been inconsistent for you all,
To say the least.
They've been being nice. So, but in the West Regional, the last 139 of the game, East Bay went 10 of 12 from the line. So do you feel like you kind of turned a corner, or do guys just respond to the pressure? Talk to me about the end of that West Regional final.
Well, I blame it like as most coaches do when we don't do well. And so we put a lot of emphasis on offensive rebounding. And so I think sometimes our guys have taken that to another level of like, it's okay to miss free throws. And so we try to stabilize, say, no, we need to knock them down. But I think really it speaks to kind of where our guys and being in the moment. That obviously was the gym is filled and there's a lot of pressure and anxiety that can be there. But our guys just staying present in that moment. And I think to what Coach said a little bit earlier is our group, as all the groups, teams that are here, has continued to get better and better and better. And there are a lot of different measures for that. But I'm confident. I'm confident if that thing gets down to the wire, on Wednesday, that we're going to have the right guy at the line, no matter who it is. And he's going to be confident. We're going to be confident in him.
Coach Aker, this team is always, in every game I've been at home and on the road, just cool, calm, and collected. Given the situation, it didn't matter if we were on the road, playing bad at Tech or wherever. They just never lost faith in being +1 at the end of 40. Can you describe what the team mentality has been, game in and game out, and getting you to this point?
I think like anything else, I think when you begin to stack wins together, I think that there is something that as coaches we always try to instill in all of our teams is a level of belief. But a team, Coach Parcells has said this many times, a team teaches itself what it is. And so I think what our team has taught itself is that we can find ways to win. I think that's a common denominator for any Elite Eight team, any championship team. And so there's no question that our guys believe that we have a chance in every game, that we've paid the price, that we've done the work, that we've prepared, and that there's no reason why we can't win. And so I think the belief part, it's so neat. It's very meaningful to coaches when they see young people believe in something other than a transfer portal, other than who's ever trying to get at them when they are a part of a team. It sounds trivial, but in today's generation, with what we do for a living, to capture their minds in November is different than capturing their minds in February and March. And so just to see our guys hang in there and care about each other and believe that we can do something as a team and that it's worth it. And to see that come to fruition, so many times you can get your teams there and it not to come to fruition. And we always tell our teams, all of us coaches say, it was still worth it. It was still worth getting your heart broke. And so, but it is nice when they don't get their heart broke.
We'll go one more here.
Coach Rooney, Tyree Campbell, West Region Player of the Year. He actually averaged 6 minutes less per game this year than he did last year. Was that by design to keep him fresh for March, or was it more about the depth of the team this year?
Yeah, not necessarily to keep him fresh for March, because we were more focused on November in that first game. But really, one of the intentional things we tried to do was increase our depth. We'll play, on Wednesday, first half, we'll play 11 guys. We'll play 11 guys because we believe that our depth and just how we try to play, especially on the defensive end, requires maximum effort. And that's hard to do for a really, really sustained amount of time. And so that, I think Tyree has kind of received the beneficiary of that. I think the other thing, too, is it's allowed him to really invest on both ends every single possession. And so one of the things we're proud of, and Tyree and I was talking about the other day, is when you look at some of these all-conference and now all-American and all-region, he's probably one of the lowest scoring guys. Right? You have guys, like we have unbelievable respect watching the film of Oklahoma Baptist and Connor, just his ability to just score it and lead, and he's averaged 20 points a game, and our guys averaging 15. So it speaks to Tyree, but I think it also speaks to the overall depth that we have. And to your point, we hope he's very fresh on Wednesday because we're going to need him to be.
One final question for the group. We're here in Pittsburgh after many years in Evansville and other facilities. You guys have had a chance to take a peek here at UPMC, Hoover Fieldhouse. Josh, we'll start with you. Just initial thoughts on, just facility and the excitement level that we could see in here this week.
No, this seems awesome. It seems like the perfect facility for a venue or this tournament. It's not too big. It feels homey. It feels like you could still get an atmosphere in there, yet it still obviously feels very big time. It's not your typical venue that we might see, it feels like that, and Pittsburgh's been great. If you know where we're located, this is an awesome experience for our guys. We still have 3 feet of snow on the ground, and this is the big city for them. So I mean, we're fired up to be here. Even though I know it feels cold, but this is springtime for us. So we're excited, and this has been awesome. Coach.
Well, we're certainly a long ways away from home. We didn't travel the furthest distance, thankfully, but just to walk in here, I think it's neat for our guys to get to travel. We're a van and bus league, like a lot of low Division I, Division II programs are. But when you walk in here, it drips with class. It's a big time opportunity. And so what I'm most thankful for is that our players, you can tell being around them, they feel that way. We have a meeting room and, even having a name tag, we appreciate all of that as small college coaches, and we don't take it for granted. None of us do. And so it's an honor to be here, but we were never fortunate to get to Evansville. And I never went personally, but I find it hard to believe that it was any nicer than this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably a little bit of a homer. This is outside of Erie, Pennsylvania at the moment, it's the best city in America. So I'm fired up that it's here. I mean, I think again, like when they redid this place, and our women were down here a year ago, so we got to come down and watch them, and it is. I think it's the perfect venue for it. I love the city of Pittsburgh. I told our South Florida guy we were driving across the bridge yesterday, I asked if he could smell what was in the air, and I told him I was a little bit of blue collar toughness. They don't have it down there in South Florida for it. So I think that everything about this is a great spot to be at. And again, Evansville I thought was a great spot too, but probably a little something extra, just being able to be from the area.
We talk a lot about as coaches trying to provide great experiences for our guys, and we were fortunate to host the regional, and our administration and community did an awesome job, and we felt like we were in a big time tournament. But then when you come here, it's to another level. And so the idea of our guys having very lasting memories, and one of the things has been kind of our mantra let's just have one more day together. One more day together with this group is extremely special. And being in a place and being with people that value their experiences is tough to replace. We're very thankful.
Outstanding. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Enjoy your time here in Pittsburgh, and can't wait to see you guys on the court tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Thank
you. Appreciate it. I hope that says the right name on the other side, by the way. I noticed that as I sat down. So
Is this current?
all right.
With Fishers.
And I didn't see that. So there was a malfunction that we are fixing.
Yeah, so we're 9 hours. Here's the deal. We're 9 hours till Wednesday. I'm just going to do you.
That while.
No, listen, we're above us.
Oh, okay. A little feet close other. Thank you for
you policy. Thank you.
Coach, everything.